I think it's very clear how I feel about turn-based RPG games. I think it's very clear how I feel about games like Expedition 33, how I feel about games like Final Fantasy, Metaphor of Mortality, the Persona series, Fire Emblem. But even with the last example I just gave, I have a very weird relationship when it comes to certain types of turn-based RPGs, similar to like turn-based strategy RPG games. A game like XCOM was never my thing, but then I loved Baldur's Gate 3, which is literally D&D, but it has that same element of it being tactical and it being a turn-based game. So when it comes to games like XCOM or Marvel's Midnight Suns, I never thought I would be that type of person that would actually enjoy playing these games, especially in a year like 2025 where we're getting so many bangers. But being the Marvel fan that I am, being the person who's always hoped for Marvel and the MCU to come back to the great heights of Infinity War and Endgame, Marvel's Midnight Suns ended up being one of the best games I've played when it comes to just enjoying and embracing the actual culture of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, or just Marvel in general. And the reason why I think I like it is because it doesn't have much to do with the combat. Yes, the combat is clean, the combat is good, even though I do have some problems when it comes to the RNG element of the card mechanics, which we will get to in a second. I think what I love about it the most is the relationship building, is the interaction between both characters, is knowing that Captain Marvel and Blade have a crush on each other. It's knowing about how to talk about things with Robbie Reyes and Peter Parker being very good friends. It's things like just understanding the dynamics between Doctor Strange and Iron Man or Tony, and just understanding how incredible this universe is. As a comic book fan, as a superhero fan, it's incredible how much a game like this didn't get the recognition it deserved. And now that I'm playing this again in 2025, or now that I'm playing it for the first time in 2025, I'm trying to understand, I'm trying to figure out why this game didn't get the love it did all those years when it came back in 2023. And I think a lot of it falls down to the combat mechanics. The combat is solid. I mean, it's like a typical XCOM game whereby you're able to control where your characters are, you're able to put them in certain places, take advantage of their counters, take advantage of environmental elements, stuff like that. But I think for me, it has to do with the RNG factor of the card mechanics. So you have a bunch of cards which serve as your turn-based attack moves in the game. Now, the issue with that is you have a particular deck of cards at every single turn. The problem is the cards you do get are all RNG. They're all random. So you can't really picture, oh, hey, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that. There isn't that set level of having a set standard tactic. So similar to like on 33, especially for the people who have played Expedition 33, my party was made up of Verso, CL, and Lune. And then all this was literally every single time I had a first move. When it was my time to play, simple. Powerful from Verso, maybe a fire attack from Lune to give me some fire status bonuses, and then for CL, Rush. That was it every single time. But that always gave me the advantage when it came to the encounters. That always gave me the advantage when it came to the combat encounters and stuff like that. In a game like this, which doesn't have a set standard, or maybe I haven't got to the parts where you're actually able to say, hey, I always want this card here every single time, it becomes annoying when you actually have to depend on the RNG mechanics of the randomness, or just the randomness of the game in itself. Now, with that being said, let's even talk about the story. I haven't gone so much into the story. I've only played about 12 hours into the game. And while I do like the fact that it is a Marvel game, and then you do control this character of the Hunter, who is meant to be this badass, mystical, mythical, zombie-esque, half demon, half human hero, and you get to interact with all the Marvel characters, the story in itself is going to be a very typical Marvel comic book story. I'm not expecting there to be like heartstrings. I'm not expecting there to be like, oh, this were twists and turns, people going bad, people turning from bad to worse and stuff like that. But what I do get is I just enjoy the interaction. I enjoy the social elements. I think that's why I like this game as much as I do, because I'm a big Persona fan. And then even with Fire Emblem 3 Houses that I haven't played yet, but I do have it on the Switch, and I will play it on the Switch too, and we will talk about the Switch too when that time comes, because I have a lot of ideas when it comes to the Switch too. And if you want to see more about that, please click on the subscribe button and come join the culture, baby. But let's go back to what we're talking about initially. With Marvel's Midnight Suns, it's a competent game that I think a lot of people will enjoy, especially if you're a Marvel character, especially if you're a Marvel fan. If you're a character of Marvel character, if you're a fan of superheroes, you're probably going to enjoy this game. especially if you also have the added element of also liking the Persona series, a turn-based game, stuff like that. Yes, the RNG element of the combat will throw you off a bit, but I do think there's so much more into this game that shouldn't even be considered about saying, oh hey, I'm not going to play this game because of X, I'm not going to play this game because of Y. And hey, it's just a good time to actually like just play older games I hadn't played back in the past, coming back to it now, enjoying it. I'm like, you know what, this was a fire game, this was a fire ass game. So what do you guys think about the video? Leave in the comment section down below what's your team makeup, what's your team makeup of in Marvel Midnight Suns. If you still played it, if you haven't played it, why not? If you did play it, and if you did play the game, put in the comment section down below what's your best parts of the game, what you loved about it. I will see you in the next video where we'll talk about different things. We're going to start ramping up on Nintendo coverage because, you know, the Nintendo Switch 2 is literally coming out in the next 3 weeks. I'm going to give you guys a little breakdown about the games you should get, what I feel about Nintendo Switch 2, what I think about the Nintendo Switch, and how long it's been so far. And yeah, let's just talk about gaming and let's just enjoy everything we can about gaming. Oh, and by the way, I'm probably going to start streaming every now and then certain games I want to play. Like for example, I'm currently going through a live playthrough of Doom Dark Ages. The next game on my agenda, I don't know. It might be Mario Kart World. It might be Stellar Blade because it's Stellar Cheeks. I'm just saying whatever right now. Thanks for watching the video. Hope you have fun. So now I'm see you in the next one. Peace out.